Knicks eyeing former Celtics star. It seems the New York Knicks aren't satisfied after their recent blockbuster trade that brought Karl-Anthony Towns from the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the movement in the trade market might not stop there. A new rumor suggests that the Knicks could be targeting a former Celtics player, leaving fans excited and NBA insiders on high alert. According to Chris Persianen, a journalist covering the Knicks for BallasLife.com, the Knicks are interested in trading for none other than Marcus Smart, one of the greatest defensive leaders in recent Celtics history. The New York Knicks have internally discussed a possible trade for Marcus Smart, according to sources familiar with the situation. Persianen posted on X, formerly Twitter. NYK has shown interest in Smart before. While no trade is imminent, multiple sources indicated that the Knicks are willing to be aggressive in the market. A defensive titan the Knicks know well. The Knicks are no strangers to Marcus Smart's talent. During the 9 seasons he wore Boston Celtics green and white, he built a reputation as a fierce leader, relentless defender, and the heartbeat of the team. Chosen as the 6th overall pick in the 2014 NBA Draft, Smart became the first point guard since Gary Payton to win the Defensive Player of the Year award in 2022, an impressive feat that solidified his legacy as a defensive legend. Averaging 10.6 points, 4.6 assists, and 3.5 rebounds, with a 32.3% shooting accuracy from the three-point line, Smart helped lead the Celtics to 5 Eastern Conference Finals and the long-awaited NBA Finals in 2022. But the championship eluded his grasp. What is Marcus Smart looking for now? In a dramatic twist, Smart watched from afar as his former Celtics teammates climbed to the top this past June and captured the NBA title, something he never achieved in Boston. However, before last season, he was traded to the Memphis Grizzlies in a 3-team deal that brought Kristaps Porzingis to the Celtics. His debut for the Grizzlies? A nightmare. After playing just 20 games, Smart was forced off the court for 3 months due to a finger injury. Still, he showed glimpses of his potential, averaging a career-high 14.7 points per game. But fate did not allow him to face the Celtics on the court when Memphis visited Boston. If Smart indeed dons the Knicks jersey, he'll have 4 chances to face his old team, including what promises to be a thrilling showdown when the Celtics raise their new championship banner on opening night. The stage is set for one of the most emotional reunions in the NBA, with the potential for an epic revenge match between Marcus Smart and the team he helped shape. Did the Celtics dodge a major problem? While Blazers fans mourn the health of Robert Williams III, a looming question arises. Did the Boston Celtics make the right decision by trading him before his injuries became an unsustainable burden? At first glance, it may seem harsh to suggest this about such a promising athlete. However, looking at Williams' recent injury history, it's possible that Boston avoided a long-term issue. Since being drafted in 2018, Williams has consistently shown flashes of defensive brilliance, earning the trust of Celtics fans and the coaching staff. Nicknamed Time Lord, his shot-blocking and rim-protecting abilities were exactly what Boston needed to bolster their defense. But over the years, his talent was often overshadowed by his fragile physical condition. A ghost that haunted the Celtics? Williams underwent 2 surgeries on his left knee while with the Celtics, playing more than 50 games in only 2 of his 5 seasons with the team. Each time he got injured, concerns about his durability to handle the grueling NBA schedule resurfaced. It became a repetitive cycle, moments of brilliance followed by long periods of absence. So, when the Celtics decided to include him in the trade for Drew Holiday, many were surprised. But for Boston's front office, the decision might have been a strategic move, looking toward the future. They needed consistency, and unfortunately, Williams couldn't provide that. The fear that he would continue to miss significant game time weighed heavily in the decision. Since Robert Williams III was traded from the Boston Celtics to the Portland Trail Blazers in 2023, his journey has been marked by devastating setbacks. An unrelenting sequence of injuries turned the once promising center into a question mark. After tearing the ligament in his right knee, an emergency surgery in November sidelined him for the rest of the season. Determined to come back stronger in this year's training camp, what happened next cast further doubt on the future of the Blazers star. Robert Williams III suffers another setback. According to the Blazers press release, Williams suffered a grade 1 strain in his left hamstring during training camp. The official announcement came quickly. Robert Williams III sustained a hamstring strain during this week's training camp. He is expected to be out for up to 2 weeks. It may seem like just another short break, but for Williams, it's much more than that. After 2 surgeries on his left knee during his time with the Celtics and having played over 50 games in only 2 of his 5 seasons, every new injury feels like a step backward on an already tough road. Could the trade have been a relief for the Celtics? With Kristaps Porzingis now donning Boston green, the team has secured a prominent presence in the paint. Although Porzingis also has a history of injuries, he has brought more consistency in terms of offensive and defensive production in recent years. Boston's decision to let Williams go might have been a wise one, giving up a promising but often unavailable talent in exchange for someone who can have an immediate impact. The Celtics may have avoided another season filled with uncertainty regarding Robert Williams III's availability, which could have been costly in crucial moments like the playoffs. Instead, they now have a more stable and balanced team, ready to contend for the NBA title once again. Did the Celtics dodge a ticking time bomb? The battle for the last spot in the Celtics rotation. Boston Celtics basketball is back, and with it arises an intriguing question. Who will claim the last spot in the team's rotation? With nearly the entire roster from last season returning, opportunities for minutes for players outside the core group are limited. However, the departure of Oshae Brissett has left 630 minutes available, and while that may not seem like much, Brissett played a significant role, averaging over 15 minutes in 23 games last season. This vacancy needs to be filled, and this is where the battle begins. With each preseason game, we get closer to discovering who will seize these valuable minutes. Jordan Walsh. Jordan Walsh is a name that has surprised many. After a disappointing performance in the Summer League, many were skeptical about his chances of securing a spot in the rotation. But, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Walsh showed up strong in the preseason. In the first game, he recorded 9 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks, precisely what was expected of him coming out of the University of Arkansas. His height of 6 feet 6 inches and wingspan of 7 feet 2 inches finally shone defensively against the Denver Nuggets, a point that hadn't been so evident before. Offensively, although he made 2 of 6 three-point attempts, 2 of his misses were almost successful, indicating that his shooting is solid. What stands out most about Walsh is his offensive IQ. He knows how to keep the ball moving and make the right decisions, something the Celtics value in their rotation players. The play where he delivered a perfect pass to Kornet is a clear example of this. Walsh seems to be leading the race for the minutes left by Brissett, and his development could secure him an important spot on the team. Jaden Springer. Jaden Springer didn't shine in the first preseason game against Denver. Despite his defensive reputation, Springer's performance didn't meet expectations. He played only 1 game in the Summer League, suggesting that the Celtics management already had confidence in his potential. However, in the preseason game, his performance was below par. 0 for 3 on field goals and forced decisions on offense. Defensively, Springer is praised for being an elite defender, but what we saw was just a good defender, nothing exceptional. He even drew multiple defenders on one play, but instead of passing the ball to Walsh, who was open in the corner, he forced a shot. This leaves Springer in second place in the competition, but he will need to show much more if he wants to secure the spot. Baylor Scheierman. Baylor Scheierman has a guaranteed contract with the Celtics, putting him one step ahead of some competitors. However, his preseason debut was not exciting. With less than 8 minutes on the court, he missed a three-point shot that hit the backboard and then airballed a follow-up. Despite this, as a prospect, Scheierman still has room to grow, and his presence on the team, even if modest, could solidify over the season. Lonnie Walker IV. It's shocking to think that Lonnie Walker IV, who shined in the playoffs just 2 seasons ago, is now fighting for a contract. With just over 4 minutes played in the preseason, Walker barely had a chance to showcase his talent. He attempted a three-point shot out of rhythm with the team, and that was it. Despite having played nearly 7,000 minutes in the NBA, his position on the Celtics is not guaranteed, especially with his Exhibit 10 contract, which doesn't prioritize him. It's possible that the Celtics already know what Walker can offer and are focused on evaluating less experienced players. The competition is wide open, and with each preseason game, more pieces of the puzzle are revealed. Jordan Walsh seems to be leading the race with his impressive debut, while Springer and Scheierman still have much to prove. Walker, on the other hand, may be facing his final moments in a Celtics uniform. Hey Celtics fanatics! What do you think of this news? Leave your opinion in the comments, as it's highly valued.